The one thing that never stops is the cycle of the National Football League. It is that keeps on giving because today is schedule day in the NFL. Now, it doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of sports wagering yet, but you know that all of the websites and apps, as soon as these games go live and are announced by the National Football League later today, you'll be able to bet on these games as well. One game in particular that will catch the eye of many will be the fact that you'll be able to watch Christmas Day football yet again this upcoming season. But there is a catch week 17, and the catch is you're going to be watching it on Netflix. Netflix has made the announcement official that they will be hosting a Christmas Day game this year. Now, according to several reports, as of now, not confirmed, but I'm guessing that nobody would report this if it was false, the Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be that Christmas Day game in Pittsburgh. Now, again, week 17, we've already seen games streamed on Amazon Prime. We're now headed over to Netflix for another streaming possibility on that day. Naturally, the NBA plays on Christmas Day as well. It used to be just them. NFL added Christmas Day game last year, had a lot of success with it, even though the game stunk. And this year will be Patrick Mahomes playing on Christmas Day this year against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Netflix. So that's the latest there. National Basketball Association last night. Hey, the Denver Nuggets, I guess they can win at home. They did it yesterday, crushed the Timberwolves. Final 112-97. Denver now leads the series 3-2. When they go back to Minneapolis, they can win the series. Jokic was incredible last night. 40 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Also didn't turn the ball over. Aaron Gordon, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Jamal Murray chipped in 16 points as well. Also, Jokic last night got the NBA's most valuable player, received it in person in front of the home fans, and said that it was a moment that he will never forget.
The moment of being able to receive it in front of the fans, does that ever get old for you?
No, I think it's just like the love from the crowd that you can feel in teammates, coaches, and I think it's just a moment that I'm going to remember my whole life.
Nikola, in Game 3, you had the dunk over Anthony Edwards. Tonight, you drove, kind of put it behind your head. Where's that coming from, and is that a product of Minnesota's rim protection? Do you feel like you need to finish with more authority when you have the chance?
I had open lane, and I'm a freak of nature, and why not to show my athleticism?
One more game for Jokic and the Nuggets to head back to the Western Conference Finals. The Knicks are 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. They destroyed the Pacers last night, 121-91. Indiana cut it to within about 10 as the end of the third quarter expired. But Jalen Brunson once again was a story. 28 points at the half, 44 points on the game, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Josh Hart had 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists as well. The Knicks were 1.5-point favorites. It did not come in to play, but naturally, the best part of seeing Jalen Brunson's growth has been that assist number, not just scoring, but last night posted another 7 assists. He has been arguably the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and Tom Thibodeau, after said him being selfless, has really added more to his game.
Can I get you to go beyond Jalen a bit? I mean, this is the 5th time he scored more than 40 points, and he did it at a really crucial time for you guys.
Well, and you're right. And you're making a great point because as much as, you talk about him, and you talk about him a lot, and rightfully so, it's not enough and what he means to the team. And he's so willing to share everything with his teammates. And I tell you, to me, that's the best part of him. His play is spectacular, but who he is as a teammate, as a leader, it makes us that, and I think but it's big shot after big shot, and I just love, there's never any excuse making from him. He's never talking about, injuries, and, a lot of times, you hear people talking about their injury. A lot of it's excuse making. You never get that from him. It's always, I'll be better next game. Even when he plays a great game, I'll be better next game. And I love that mentality.
Game 6 coming up in Indianapolis, where the Knicks can close it out, although Indiana has won their home games as well. Donovan Mitchell, meanwhile, status to be determined for tonight's game. Boston is a huge favorite tonight, folks. It looks like 14 or 15 points over Cleveland on the FanDuel Sportsbook tells you Mitchell may not play in this one, although the Cavs did cover the last game. Rudy Gobert fined $75,000 for gesturing to a referee, rubbing his fingers together for that money sign gesture during Game 4, the Wolves' second-round series with the Denver Nuggets. The league announced on Tuesday. Gobert said it was just emotions. I lost control of my emotions. Also lost control of other things, I would say, in that game. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, made her WNBA debut. Are the odds makers good? They set her point total at 21. She scored 20 last night. Great job by the odds makers right there. But yeah, they lost last night, set 92-71. The Fever, probably not one of the better teams and going to need a lot more than Caitlin Clark to succeed this season. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Lakers closing in on hiring a new head coach. J.J. Redick leads the list, 39-year-old ESPN analyst, 15-year NBA veteran. He is a possibility. James Borrego, Sam Cassell, those are some of the early targets. Also, Borrego, 46 years old, associate coach of the Pelicans. Sam Cassell played in the NBA a long time and is a current assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. Redick, by the way, has not coached above the youth level, so that would be an interesting hire if they choose to do that. Meanwhile, the story continues with the translator of Shohei Ohtani, Ippei Mizuhara. He pleaded not guilty to bank and tax fraud, just a formality, in an arraignment on Tuesday. It's a non-guilty plea, procedural step as the case moves forward, even though he has already agreed to the plea deal. So don't make more of it. There's nothing more to it. Philadelphia Phillies, best team in baseball, reached 30 wins. Aaron Nola yesterday shut down the Mets 4-0. Perfect game into the sixth inning. And complete game, sixth of his career. He's been great. Phillies have been great. Bryce Harper's been great. Philly usually not getting off to great starts, but they have done it thus far in April and May. Meanwhile, former Philly Rhys Hoskins is having a nice year for Milwaukee. Unfortunately placed on the 10-day injured list with a strained right hamstring. Owen Miller was recalled. The manager, Pat Murphy, says it's not terribly bad, but a hamstring strain is like 2, 3, 4 weeks. So gave a pseudo timeline on that. Meanwhile, afternoon baseball today, Blue Jays, Orioles, 12:30 Eastern, Brewers, Pirates, 1:10 Eastern, Marlins, and Tigers finishing off their series, also 1:10 Eastern as well. Bit of a surprise in the National Hockey League last night. Florida Panthers playing in Sunrise with a chance to close out the Boston Bruins. They couldn't do it. Final score 2-1. So now they head back to Game 6 for Boston. And the Panthers lead the series 3-2, but Boston, of course, has had a lot of success at home this year, so we'll see what happens. If Boston wins, then they would go to a Game 7 back in Sunrise. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Oilers, they defeated the Canucks, and they won 3-2, so that series is now tied at 2. A lot of prognosticators think this series could potentially go the distance. How about a second career for offensive lineman Jason Kelsey? It's been announced that he is going to appear on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. He played 13 years in the NFL. Multi-year agreement has been signed. He's 36 years old. He'll also join ESPN's Super Bowl studio coverage in Los Angeles when they air the game. Also, Trey Hendrickson has been committed to the Bengals after requesting to be traded. Initially, Hendrickson was thought to want to leave. He announced this about a month ago after T. Higgins sort of wanted his way out too. But after a Tuesday offseason workout, Hendrickson all smiles. It looks like he's going to be back with the Bengals this season.